man.
You were at Survivor Series 1997 in Montreal.
Oh, hell yeah.
HBK versus Bret Hart, the Montreal Screwjob. Now, in that era there, that's when your thought is like, this is real life. Bret Hart has to win. He's Canadian. You know, what was your mindset going in? What was the crowd?
This is when the game changed to me. The whole game changed at that point because people really started paying attention to like storyline.
Yeah.
What was this thing? Creative control. Yeah. You know, so like that's when I started learning about that. And shout out Michael Landsberg, OTR back in the days.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Those were the first times you would see the wrestlers doing their interviews and really talking like without their characters and stuff, right? So I remember going, and obviously Hart Foundation, Till We Die, the Canadian flags,
of course,
the whole crew. Like it was dope to see with Owen and Bulldog and Pillman. So we were big fans. We're going there obviously for Bret, but when the match ended, bro, even we're young, we could tell something was off.
It was weird, eh? It had to have been weird.
It's a pay-per-view. Like, it wasn't a big finish.
Yeah.
You know? It was just like boom, boom, and they leave, no celebration.
Yeah.
So we knew something was weird, but
Vince McMahon at ringside and everything. That's what boggles the mind too.
We still didn't think it was that big. Like we just saw, oh shit, that was weird.
You didn't think he was going to get screwed.
No, and then we saw him breaking. Saw him breaking the TVs and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that, and I was like, oh, okay, he's pissed. Maybe it's real, maybe it's not. But you know, this has been wrestling all our life at that point. So it's like, is it real? Is it not? Whatever. And then our thing, bro, was to wait after the Bell Center, for the wrestlers, you know? I got all kinds of wild stories about that. But, you know, like insulting them, going crazy. So we're there, we're waiting. We go to the garage, you know, let's go. Who's coming out, you know? Lillian Garcia, I love you, baby. I love you. You know, like everybody passing. Goldust. Then I say a bunch of things I can't say in 2023, but, you know, back in the days, it was all good. Go crazy on Goldust and all these guys. And then first the Anvil comes out, but he's walking. He's not even in his car, so he's walking by, and me, I see Jim the Anvil in front of me, bro. Like I'm a lifelong fan.
Yeah.
So I kind of gave him a chop on the chest, like I was just like Anvil, and I gave him a chop, you know, and he grabbed my arm and like kind of moved me to the side and kept going, and I was like, oh, okay, well that was weird, and he seemed really upset, you know. I was like, was it my chop? But then later I'm like, oh man, the screw job just happened, you know.
Okay.
And then later you see Bret come out, and when Bret came out, he was in a car and the window was open and he was just kind of waving, and you could tell he was sad. Like, you know, Bret,
there was something wrong.
We know Bret, bro.
Yeah.
So he looked sad. I was like, yo, it seems wrong. Something's weird, you know. And then
it's still not clicking though, like, right? It's not.
We can't, because bro, we've never seen anything like this.
No,
a screw job like that live.
No,
that wasn't even something we would even imagine, right? Yeah. But then with the off the record and all these things, we're like, damn, we really saw that it was a screw job. And then, man, I think it changed the game completely, bro.
So the question is, who screwed Bret?
Okay, man, guys.
What's your opinion on
man?
That?
You know, when I was young, for many years, I was like, yo, Bret, he got screwed. Today in 2023, in the great words of Vince McMahon, Bret screwed Bret, bro. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, I hate to say it, bro, but it's like, yo, it's the time-honored tradition, bro. That's what it is in the end of the day. And like, you can't be bigger than the game, bro.
Yeah.
You can't. And like, I think Bret was very passionate, and God bless him, you know, but you can't be bigger than the game. You can't be like, you can't decide, oh, I'm not going to win here. I'm not going to put him over or whatever.
Vince McMahon said, it's an opportunity. I make you the champion. You create the opportunity. It's not like you won the match because you had.
But bro, in the same way as us when we're kids, we would believe the characters.
Yes.
I think these guys would start believing their own characters too, bro.
Yeah. It's almost Bret Hart's fault for a little bit of kayfabe being lost that day into the general public. Like you said, when you saw it, something was off. You looked at it different. It's almost all Bret Hart's fault.
Just a little.
If he would have just fucking did the job and like massively put over Shawn Michaels because it's a huger win.
Oh, wrestling
beating
would
him
be
in
different
Canada,
today.
right? Like,
Yeah.
Yo, wrestling would be
just fucking
different
let
today.
him win. Yeah.
But I agree,
would be
man.
different,
Yeah, but then you have Shawn Michaels, the way his character was and everything. Did he deserve to be put over by Bret Hart? That's the
Yeah,
thing.
and Michaels-
And Michaels even admits that he wasn't that.
and he wouldn't do it for him.
Of
and
course,
stuff like
he goes,
that.
if I had the opportunity, I wouldn't do it for you. It's like, okay, well, why am I going to do it for him in fucking Canada,
Because
in
the
Montreal?
the boss said so, man. All these people are nothing without Vince McMahon anyway. You know what I mean? Bret Hart could be wrestling all he wants, fucking wherever he wants, but if it wasn't for McMahon and WWF, no one would know who Bret Hart is.
Okay, that's where. Okay,
You know?
when it all comes
So
down to
just
it, yes,
do it and
I
like
get it.
go
I
get
get
your
it.
paycheck at the next one.
And you
man.
know, like the creative
He was going to
control.
WCW after Bret Hart.
They
So
signed. He already had a next contract lined up, signed. man.
And he was gonna go make some good money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, leave.
yeah.
You know, on a good note. I
he
get
re-
what he wanted to do, and I want to. What was it like? Forfeit the title and stuff.
Yeah, he didn't want to look like an idiot, basically.
But bro, that's a good look for you, but it's not a good look for my business if I'm Vince McMahon, right?
Of course.
Now, doing the screw job like that is kind of crazy, you know,
Yeah.
like doing it live in front of everybody.
Yeah.
But I mean, we don't know the conversations they had behind the
To this
scenes.
day, they still they say you screwed Brad, you screwed Earl Hebner, the referee, can't even walk around. This
Let's
poor guy.
hey, shout out my boy Eli, because every time we're in attendance, if we see Earl Hebner, we start that chant, and we're gonna do it forever. Earl Hebner, you and your brother, I don't care, man. If it's you or your brother, we're gonna chant it every time, bro. And I've had people in the because when I go, I like to go be close,
Yeah.
you know. So we're like second, third row, whatever.
You want them to turn around and like,
Oh, hell yeah, exactly. You know what we're trying to do. So we were there, and there was this lady there, and it was a house show, and everybody like from the game, like the announcer, Justin Roberts,
he's in AEW now.
yeah, he would go see this girl. Hey, hi, how are you? And the wrestlers, when they would pass by, hey, what's up? You know, I was like, she must be somebody. You know, she knows she's maybe going out with somebody. And then when we start you screwed Brett, she even turns around. Guys, are you serious? And we're like, yeah, we're serious. But we have fun with it. Like, to be honest with you, when we go to these events, we while out, we have fun, but it's all like, you know, it brings out our childhood. You know, when we're young, we're going crazy in the arenas. It's the same thing. You know,
I think that's what we miss about like in life in general, being a child again. You know,
yeah, man. Well, man. I think it's important to stay connected to your inner child. We have fun. You know what I mean? In the end of the day, we're not hurting nobody. But to be honest, yeah, that story, I think Brett was wrong. You know, and back in the days, I was totally opposite opinion. I thought, like, yo, McMahon, and I still think he screwed him. He did him wrong. But like, yo, you put him against the wall. You can't. It's like when Warrior did that to McMahon. Yo,
Yeah.
I won't go unless you pay me this much.
Yeah.
You can't do that, bro. Like, this is and Vince built the game. You like him, you hate him. He made it what it is.
regardless of what he does in his pastime, wrestling wise, the guy's he's a
Oh
god,
shit,
man.
it's true. yeah. I don't condone whatever Vince
That's
does
what
on
I'm
the
saying,
side.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
Wrestling wise, I have nothing bad to say about the guy, but in personal, that's his own.
But they
business.
say that was the beginning of the epic Vince McMahon on-screen characters, a bad guy,
But
which
was
led
it?
to
Hey,
the whole.
that's the whole
guys.
contemplation.
This is why, you know, I mentioned Undertaker, one of the best characters, gimmicks.
Yeah.
My apologies. Best gimmick ever is Vince McMahon. The best superstar ever
Yeah.
to me is Vince McMahon. Like, yo, the way he flipped that loss into a win, bro,
Yeah.
is impressive, bro. The way he just turned it into his character.
He's a
and, like,
genius. He's a genius.
you can't take that away from him, man. And when people say, yo, he's the hardest working guy, he's up in the morning the first and he's the last one, like, you gotta respect it, bro. So on that side, I respect it.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, there's all kinds of stories we hear.
Yeah.
That's whatever.
Yeah.
But he was the best character to me,
Yeah.
man. And the way he flipped it was amazing. And unfortunately, the way Brett's career went after that, it's like I almost think like he wishes he just stayed in WWE. You know what I mean?
In the end, yeah.
Because it ended like
I think
I
he would've
think
been
it
better
hurt
off.
his legacy. Like now we just know him for the screw job almost. Like obviously OGs like us know his career and stuff, but I think youngins coming up today when they hear Bret Hart, they just
Yeah.
think of Survivor Series.
Yeah.
You know, and he was way bigger than that, you know?
Yeah. So tell us a story. I know you were telling us off air before that